Praise the Lord, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's Elder Jerry Walker again with a word of wisdom. I got something I want to share with you guys this morning before I leave up out of here, go to work and take care of some business or whatever. The Lord was dealing with me again. And I want to share something with you guys. This is for all the leaders out there, whether you're a pastor or mainly elders and down, because myself, I'm not a pastor, so I can't talk to the pastors or bishops. So I want to talk to my fellow elders or anybody that's in leadership on this morning. So we want to go to Genesis 39 and 19, and it reads, "And it came to pass when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spoke unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Joseph, his master, took him and put him into the prison, at a place where the king's prisoners were bound. And he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph, and showed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph hands all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did, he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, but the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper." What am I saying this morning? What am I saying to you guys today in leadership now? Elders and down, what am I saying to you in leadership? The backdrop to this story is Joseph had already been betrayed by his brothers. They didn't like Joseph because the father loved Joseph more than he loved the rest of them. He had made him a coat of many colors. So when they seen him coming into the field where they conspired and plotted against Joseph. They sold him into bondage. Now here it is, Joseph have went into a foreign land, and God have favored him in this land. Now here it is that he's finally coming out of bondage and into a place of position or a place of leadership out of a bad situation. And the only thing he have been doing was serving the king. He have not went against the king's word. He have not sinned against God or anything. He hadn't done anything wrong. But because the king's wife had laid eyes on Joseph and wanted to sleep with him, in today's term, she wanted to lay up with him behind the king's back. In other words, she wanted to have an affair, a one-night call with Joseph. She wanted to see what he was working with. But he did not want to betray the king. He did not want to sin against God by sleeping with a married woman. So when she grabbed hold to Joseph's garments, he took off running. Because sometimes it's better to run from a situation that'll cause you to sin against God than it is to stay there in the midst of that sin or to agree with somebody that's in or taking a part of that sin. That's a whole nother video for another time. But what I want you to look at what I want you to look at today is just because we are in leadership doesn't mean we won't go through nothing. I say it again. Just because you are in leadership doesn't mean you won't go through nothing. Doesn't mean you won't have to cry many nights. Doesn't mean you won't have to cry out to God many nights. And a lot of times in leadership, you have to cry out to God for people that don't talk about you. A lot of times in leadership or in life, you have to pray for the ones that have spitefully used you and talked about you. That's what the word say. Here it is, Joseph hadn't done nothing wrong, but he's thrown in prison. And even in prison, which is a low place, a bad situation, he still finds himself in leadership. He still finds himself with the hand of God on his life. Can I submit to you today that just because you're in a hard place or a low place doesn't mean God has taken the hand off of you. Doesn't mean God is not with you. Because if truth be told, God is more with you in your low place than he have ever been before. Because in our weakness, he's made strong. When we don't know what to do or which way to go, he's made strong. He's right there with us. Even in his word, he said he'll never leave us nor forsake us. I just want to encourage you today. Just because you're in a low place, that don't mean nothing. In that low place, still serve God. In that low place, still pray to him. In that low place, still throw your hands up and worship to the King. Tell him, Lord, I may not know which way we're going. I may can't see the end of the road at this moment, but I know you can. Because sometimes in leadership, you have to learn how to be quiet instead of speaking. When that weight get heavy, when everything hit you from all directions, you got to learn how to get quiet and get still and trust in the Lord and trust in him to do just what he said he gonna do. Here it is, Joseph is thrown in a prison now. He hadn't done nothing wrong against his brother. He hadn't done nothing wrong against the king. Matter of fact, he had honored the king by not sleeping with his wife. And here he is thrown in prison because of what she said. Isn't that just like life? Isn't it just like your job sometimes? You're doing everything you can to do the job the right way. You're doing everything you can to show up to work on time, have a positive attitude, get along with your coworkers, have a smile on your face. But sometimes you get passed up for the promotion you were seeking. But you get passed up for the raise that you need. Or people talking about you in corners and they cliques and stuff. Who she thinks she is? Who he think he is? Why they always so happy? It ain't that much happening in the world. But when you're serving God, it is. Because when you're serving him and really committed to the God that we serve, that I serve, you'll be happy when all hell breaking loose around you. You might not understand it, but it'll be a sense of peace that'll come over you. Especially when you learn how to press in. We got to learn how to press in. Why do you think the old saints had as much power as they had? Because they learned how to press in. They learned how to lay on their face and turn their plate down. They had a regular routine of fasting and praying. This generation think fasting is a way of losing weight. They think this is a way of losing weight. Oh, let's go on an intermittent fast. It's not nothing to lose weight off of. It's to gain or consecrate yourself to God. Keep yourself holy. Keep yourself separated from the world. Because everything out there in this world is corrupted. So I just want to encourage leadership this morning. My fellow elders, my ministers, my parking lot attendants. Because if you're a parking lot attendant, you're in leadership. Because you're one of the first people that the people come and see. They see the parking lot attendant first. They see the ushers second, the greeters. You're in leadership. You got to learn how to stand and tell the devil not today. You got to learn how to pray. You got to learn how to discern the spirits that are coming into the house of God. So I want to encourage leadership. Don't look at the situation more than you look up to the hills from which your help come from. Don't look at or worry about the bills that you may think you don't have enough money to pay. Because I promise you, if you trust in God, he'll make a way. I have never went hungry or without or had a bill that I could not pay from paying my tithes and offering. I say it again. I have never went without from paying my tithes and offering because I have learned to trust him further than I can see. I have learned how to trust God more than I trust my own thoughts, because your thoughts will play tricks on you. They used to have an old song, my mind playing tricks on me. It's a true song. Your mind will play tricks on you. But God never will play tricks on you. He ain't trying to take nothing away from you. He's trying to get something to you. He's trying to teach you how to be submitted and committed to him. Also, while I'm talking about leadership, we got to learn how to honor our man and woman of God more than what we do. We can't let people talk about our man or woman of God, because they're the ones that are praying and laboring for our souls to be saved. They're the ones that are keeping a lot of us from going into the enemy's hand, or the enemy plucking us out They are praying for our children. They're praying for our jobs. They're praying for our homes. The least we can do is honor them. Help hold up their hands. Help them carry the weight of the ministry. Because it's not an easy job being in leadership. It's not an easy job being a pastor or an overseer or a bishop. It's not an easy job being an apostle. So if you're in leadership, today is your day. Shake it off. Wash your face, anoint your head with oil, and go forward in your day with a positive attitude. Go forward in your day saying, the Lord is good. Because I tell you, even in my walk with Christ, it have not always been peaches and cream. It has not always been easy. It been some times I have asked myself, did I really hear God right when he called me to preach? Did I really hear God right when he told me to do some things? When he told me to shift from one place to another place? But I stand here today and tell you, I'm glad I did hear him right. I'm glad I did move when I heard him move. I'm glad I honor him the way I do. Because even in my hard times, or even in them low places, he's always been there for me. Always. Always. He has blessed me and my wife more than he ever had before. I live better now than I ever had when I was out there in the world, riding around with 50 racks on the seat. I live better than that now. I ain't got to worry about the police kicking in my door. I ain't got to worry about getting shot at no more. I ain't got to worry about getting drunk and hungover or high, not knowing what I did last night. Because he gave me revelation of the purpose that he placed inside of me when I was still in the womb of my mother. Yes, Lord. All I want to do this morning, or all I want to do, is encourage you today. Encourage you today. If you're in leadership, or if you're in a low place and you feel like you can't see your way out, trust in God and he gonna see you through it. He gonna see you through it. Just like Joseph. If you read the story of Joseph, you'll find out, even though he spent time in prison for something he did not do, he was an innocent man, God still favored Joseph. Even though that job passed you up for a promotion, God still gonna favor you. Even though you might didn't qualify for the house when you wanted it, God still gonna give you the approval. Even though the job that you really wanted to get decided to go with somebody else, God got a better job for you. You still gonna end up making more money the end of this year than you have all the first part of the year. I prophesy to you today that God gonna show you unexpected favor, unexplainable favor, checks in the mail. Some of you gonna find money. Some of you gonna wake up to a miracle. Some of you gonna learn how to pray to God in this latter part of this year and see the results that you want to see. So I encourage you, like I was saying, if you read the story of Joseph, you'll find out, even though he was in prison for more than 2 years, God brought him out of it and put him second in command of all the land of Egypt. Only person that was greater than him was King Pharaoh. Read the story of Joseph. Be encouraged. Don't hold your head down. Wash your face, anoint your head with oil, and keep on going. Keep on pressing in for God. Keep on trusting the Lord and watch him do what he said he's going to do. Y'all be blessed. Go to my page and subscribe. Share, like, and tag the video. Help me get to 1,000 followers so I can start to go live and share more videos with y'all, spontaneous videos. And I'll see y'all again. This is Elder Jerry Walker with a word of faith, a word of wisdom. Be blessed.